Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
It is Thursday indeed. And do you know why it's such a beautiful Thursday, Charlie?
Because I'm one day away from going to Chattacon.
1 day from Chattacon. And what, sir, is Chattacon, pray tell?
Chattacon 44.
No, is it really number 44? Chattacon? Wow.
Yeah.
I thought that was just like a random number you had.
No. Chattacon's been around for just a bit. But basically, Chattacon is a convention. It's a traditional fandom convention since 1976. It is the speculative, is that really? Yeah, the annual speculative fiction fans convention held in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
That is a mouthful, brother.
Indeed. So basically, this convention starts tomorrow, January 25th, and goes through the January 27th. Mm-hmm. It will be at the Red. Oh gosh, I'm going to pronounce this wrong.
It's
the Reed House.
Okay.
In Chattanooga, which is literally for Zealeus. Basically, as a point of reference for Zealeus. We stay at the same hotel every single year that we went to Canoga.
Yes, okay.
We're staying at the same one we're this year as well.
Okay.
However, of course, Chattacon is not at the convention center. It's half a mile down the street.
Is it on the way like to the choo-choo?
Sort of, but a little bit. It's like you take one of the main roads to go towards the choo-choo, but then you take a left.
Okay, gotcha.
So anyways, it starts tomorrow. From my understanding, registration opens up at 3 p.m., so I'm assuming that you can basically kind of like mingle and dabble into the artists and the vendors and all that stuff starting about 3 o'clock. The first panel is set to be at 5 p.m.
Is that Eastern time?
I believe so. Yes,
all right.
Yes. Chattanooga, I believe, is Eastern time. The first panel starts at 5. The opening ceremony starts at 8. The first panel, we have the privilege of being one of the very first panels. That, of course, is the destruction of the game industry as we know it.
The game industry is being destroyed? Oh my!
So here's the thing. Zealeus, unfortunately, is not going to be able to come because his robotics team is just so kick-ass that they've got other stuff to do.
So you're saying is next year I need to sabotage a wheel so it doesn't work so I can attend. That's the problem.
No.
Okay.
No. More power to you, dude. You just make sure that you don't create Skynet, okay?
It wouldn't be me, but one of the kids, I wouldn't pass them, let's be honest.
Okay, well, trank that kid and make him disappear, and then, don't email him now.
No, I'm taking a picture of the schedule.
I was like,
I'm not going to remember the schedule when I get
kid now. I'm like, whoa, that's kind of...
No, I should actually be home tomorrow to watch that. Is it going to be live streamed?
So tomorrow's not going to be live streamed, unless I can figure it out, unless I can set it up fast enough. Now, of course, I'm going to be up there. I'll be up there way before 3 o'clock. I'm trying to get more information about the load-in time. I believe we have a table, so I'll try to set up the table and all that jazz. But our first panel is at 5 to 5:50, which is the usual convention time spot. If you have, basically, you give, it looks like an hour, but usually you only get 50 minutes, so you have 10 minutes to basically clean up, get everything out, and then have the next person come in.
Sure.
So they usually come in a little bit earlier so they can set up. Anyways, Destruction of the Game Industry as we know it, 5 to 5:50 in East Room. That is Friday. And then the other panel that we're giving is on Saturday. It's the Ultra Confusion Hangout. That's the one we're going to try to stream all the way through. And that is at 4 to 4:50, once again, in the East Room on Saturday. Now, we did have a panel on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I have decided that basically, there's something happening in Atlanta that if I were to put on the panel, I would miss on Sunday. So, unfortunately, of course, the 11th hour, I'm like, I'm really sorry, but we're not going to be able to do the Sunday panel. That, of course, is Video Games Today, which is basically just a smokescreen for the destruction of the game industry as we know it. So basically, we'd be given the same panel twice. So if you want that one,
just go Friday.
Just go Friday. If you can make it Friday,
go Saturday.
I'm gonna be recording it, and of course, absolutely 100% come on Saturday because that's audience participation. We get a little back and forth going on. That is the cool stuff that you want to be a part of. Now,
will Jesse be there?
Yes. Jesse will be my second, as it were. However, I don't think he's going to be able to make it up there fast enough on Friday. But have no fear. I already have a co-host to help with the destruction of the game industry as we know it. Just in case Jesse is able to roll in between 5 to 5:50, he could join on. But right off the bat, we will have Corey from Vitamin Geek help do the panel.
The man, the beard, the legend himself.
Indeed, indeed. So, but anyways, so, I hope that anyone and everyone who can make it comes to chat. If you can be in Chattanooga, Chattacon, it's been around for 44 years, so I'm pretty sure it's pretty awesome. So, you do yourself a favor, come by, check it out. Of course, say hello to me and Zealeus and all these awesome, there's a lot of like science fiction writers. I'm going to be totally honest with you. A couple of the names register and a couple of them like, I don't know. A lot of them do, what do you call it? It's where you do the...
alternative fiction? Or
no,
history?
it's not alternative fiction. It's kind of like, it's not analogs, it's not, gosh. It's like you're part of a bigger, like book. So you put in, you've got your own stories. It's just like a compilation of stories. I cannot remember. It's like, it's not an analogy, it's not analog.
Anthology?
Huh?
Anthology?
Maybe it's anthology. I can't remember. Anyways, there's going to be quite a few. If you're looking for sci-fi writers, maybe some that you don't know. And to be honest with you, that's how I found out about Dan Jolly. Is that, well, actually, I found out about Dan Jolly through a Kindle recommendation, and then I met Dan Jolly, and now I own all of his books.
But you like meeting like the indie smaller artists, so it seems like this is right up your alley as far as meeting them. Like, I'll do this book, it's awesome.
So I don't think technically I am listed as
it seems like, from my understanding, like Chatcon's more of like a friend of a friend type of convention, or like, you're my family friend, buddy. Have you heard of this? It's not like...
So Spartan0137 says, looked up Chattacon and was looking over everything that was going on. A bit sad I didn't know about this since it has been around for so long. Was a bit irritated that it took to this point to find out. And to be honest with you, I had no idea either. If Corey from Vitamin Geek hadn't told me, then I would not know about it. It's one of the it's a buddy convention. It's really what it is. If you know about it, your buddies will tell you about it. If you don't know anyone who knows about Chattacon, chances are you have no idea what it is, because I don't really see like any type of like push for advertisement.
Because you'd think if they're to advertise, like Canoga would have been the perfect place to advertise it, to be honest.
And to be honest with you, they might have. But the thing is, they're not. They don't have like. Like all these anime conventions where they have blaring music going 24/7.
A little rave central going on right there.
You don't have someone like literally trying to slap brochures in your hand, or try to single out a specific demographic as you walk by.
Or the DJ right behind you.
That was the single demographic. Anyways, yeah. That's right. Spartan 0137 says if we didn't mention about it last week via the Canoga talks, you'd still be in the dark. And that's really why we that's kind of how I knew about Chattacon, because I was talking to Vitamin Geek, or the members of Vitamin Geek, and they're like, "Man, you're not doing Canoga anymore." I'm like, "Yeah, there was a falling out, all that jazz." But he's like, "Man, you can do Chattacon though. That's it's a more intimate, it's more buddy." I'm like, "All right, let me do some research." And it was too late last year for us to do it, because it is at the end of January.
Did we go to Canoga last year? I don't remember.
Okay. We did not. I read that as Armored Core instead of. Armored Core was a good game back in the day, wasn't it?
I don't remember Armored Core.
I think it was a mech game, wasn't it? I don't know. I might be pulling shit out my ass.
That never happens on the show. Everything is purely 100% non-BS here on the show, guys.
So anyways, so yes, Chattacon will be there. Hopefully we'll see you there.
So will you be there Sunday morning at All in Presence?
Yes, okay. I will. Cool. I will. I will be packing up stuff. I think so. I think I'll be there. Okay. I might be just there to like break down, but I don't know. once I get there and kind of get a feel for how things are going, then we'll make. That's okay, man. That's okay.
That's why you don't budget. That way, I'm never disappointed. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah.
You just put in the credit card. You pay for it later, man.
Yes, it was a mech game. That's what I'm talking about. Anyways, that's right. So we got a couple topics that that have made the cut via audience recommendations. The first one is a personal one. That is kids in the audience. Plug your ears because Charlie's about to use big adult words.
I haven't heard any yet today.
Fuck you, United States Postal Service. Holy shitballs.
Wow, somebody's angry.
Look, here's the deal.
What did America ever do to you?
No. Okay, so here's the deal. I've been doing some research, and aren't we all? I've been doing some. So I was doing some research. I reached out to one of the IT people at the place that I work, and I was like, man, I really need to find a better microphone for when we have more than 2 individuals on the show, because utilizing the web mic is like nails on a chalkboard. So he recommended this one mic. I did some research on it, and sure enough, awesome mic.
Snowball mic?
No. It's a conference mic.
Okay.
It basically it sits kind of like low like that. It's about like this big, but it's kind of like longer than it is wide. I have it somewhere. I think I left it in the car. Anyways, so I got that mic, but here's the thing. I get an email notification saying that the United States Postal Service has failed to deliver on multiple occasions to the address listed.
Oh dear.
But here's the thing. The address I listed is the Ultra Confusion P.O. Box.
How do you fail at delivering to a P.O. box?
No. How do you fail to deliver to a P.O. box in a United States Postal Office?
That's impressive.
Indeed. And they didn't fail once or twice, but 3 times.
Nice!
It's like, of course, you've got the generic, we couldn't access the door, the driveway, or the office. I'm like, it's your own office. The doors are never locked. And the driveway has to be open all the time because you fuckers are going.
Are you sure you put your P.O. box number on there?
Yes, I did.
So
I requested a redelivery, and magically enough, it got delivered today.
So, speaking of deliveries,
yes.
So for robotics, we finally got a Dremel, right? And one of the things I got was a Dremel stand. Super excited to basically as a drill press, right?
Yep.
As Chick Hamster, I heard this jiggling noise.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, that's not good. Go upstairs, I open it up. Obviously, it's a return with none of the packing stuff installed. Like pieces inside were like bent because they've been jiggled around so much. I'm like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. Which was kind of shocking because usually Amazon's pretty good about like returns and not giving you like, crap.
Yeah, Spartan 0137. The office can't route internally. Apparently not. Apparently it was from like another office and they can't like hand it to that office. Because my first question was like, oh shit, is this is this part of like the government shutdown? Of course, I did some research. Like, no, the United States Postal Service is not part of the shutdown.
They are self-funded
through stamps.
Man, they are though.
But anyways, so it's just, it was just so annoying. Anyways, I have the microphone still in my car because. I mean, if we had an additional person, I would have broken it out and tested it out. But
so you bring it with you to Chatacon?
Ooh.
I just want to know if that's why you left it in your car. Like you're preemptively getting ready.
I really could. That's a smart thing, Zealeus. Thank you.
Whoa.
I know.
I wish I'd recorded that.
Yeah, well, it is recorded.
I'm going to get out. That's going to become my new...
You can make a highlight.
That's going to be my new ringtone. First time for everything, guys.
But anyways, so yeah. But yeah, I don't know how you failed to deliver to your own.
That is...
That's special.
That's something. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is, but that's not something you want to be proud of. Okay, so a couple other topics that came in. One of them that I'm very interested to see what Zealeus thinks about this. So the premise behind Batman Beyond is basically it's Batman basically handing the mantle, the original Batman handing the mantle over to a new Batman.
George Clooney?
No. So Batman Beyond was a cartoon that was pretty dang good. So
Chris O'Donnell with the nipple plates?
no, that was Robin, by the way.
I know.
But anyways, so Kevin Smith of like nerdy fame has basically stated that he thinks that it is absolutely insane that no one has tried to do a Batman Beyond movie with Michael Keaton playing Bruce Wayne. And as soon as I heard that, my brain went, I'm like, holy shit, that's perfect. If you've ever seen the animated Batman Beyond, I mean, that's literally textbook Batman Beyond.
Which I have not seen, I'll be honest.
Dude, you need to.
But question, so
Yeah.
I'm guessing here, would it almost be kind of like Logan? In terms of a much more adult take on your comic book character, in terms of like, your superhero. Logan was Wolverine getting old and not able to do the same thing.
Sort of, but it wasn't like Logan basically pulled the adamantium out of him and handed to someone. This is literally Bruce Wayne taking a protege and literally giving the dude the reins while still funding it through Wayne Industries.
That could be cool.
In a more futuristic setting too.
Yes,
That would really work. That would make me so excited. And if they were, if they went the Bruce can't Batman no mo, you're right. Yeah, at some point, because Bruce doesn't have elongated life or immortality.
He's just a dude.
He's just a dude
with better genes than us.
that has,
He's the peak of
works
human
out
physicality,
well. Yeah.
basically, is what it is.
He works out and awesome, and he is advising Terry versus Logan. No other options.
There we go. Now we're on to something. Yeah. Yeah, that can definitely be cool. The question is, it's always the question with the non-Marvel superhero movies is what route do they take? Yeah, that's always.
Well, if they're gonna so if
they did really well with Aquaman, for instance. That was a great movie.
If they do an origin story, especially if you're gonna do Batman Beyond, it's got to be gritty, and you're not gonna be able to neon light goofy it.
Exactly. That's always my worry with the Batman. Now, do you take who is it that directed the most recent trilogy?
Nolan.
Thank you, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
That was well done.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. It was gritty. It was dark. It had the stuff like that. I enjoyed. Now you can still get a little bit of the goofiness, not goofy, but you can still get some of the other stuff in there. Now you can obviously go too far, like Batman. What was the one that had the nipple plates? Which one was that?
Batman and Robin.
That was obviously too far one direction.
Right. No. Okay. So Spartan 0137 says Marvel needs to stay with that dark tone versus versus Marvel. Insert one-liners here, sense of humor. Okay. So, wait, what?
I think one of those Marvels should be DC.
Okay.
I'm guessing the first DC.
No, I think Marvel needs to stick with that dark tone versus DC's insert one-liner here, sense of humor.
Which I look at the other way around because the Marvel is the one that does so
DC
well.
dark. Okay, so
yeah, Marvel does the one-liner so well.
Okay.
Because they have the serious moments. People die in the Marvel movies, right?
Right.
But then all of a sudden there's the one line, but it works. It's not like the Batman and Robin one versus terrible humor.
Yeah.
It's you have serious moment and there's some a moment of levity there. Okay, it works.
Okay. So let's reread this here. DC needs to stay with the dark tone versus Marvel. Insert one-liner here, sense of humor. Now, the thing is, when I read that, it's kind of a little bit misleading because not all Marvel movies are insert one-liner here.
Sure.
However, when Marvel does go that route, they succeed. Versus where DC does it, and it's literally just a pile of steaming.
Because the problem with DC when they do it becomes too campy,
Yes.
too juvenile. Versus like I don't know if anybody's seen Aquaman. Have you seen Aquaman?
No.
Aquaman's great. It kind of takes the Marvel route, where it has its serious moments, stuff happens, people get their ass kicked, whatever, but then there's those moments in there of levity and humor. But it works because they're just kind of thrown in to give the moment not, because that's also one of the downfalls of some of the DC movies. Like Batman versus Superman and some of the other they take themselves way too seriously, right?
Yeah.
It's, oh, I'm a superhero. I have the worst life ever. Oh. Versus Aquaman, there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of, Aquaman being like, oh, I know about this mantle. But then there's the moments that like, okay, that was a good moment of fun in the movie. And that's what
Dude, you're giving him nightmares by
Yes.
bringing up Batman and Superman.
that movie is like the worst movie of all time to me.
Apparently,
everything about it.
I've never seen the movie, but apparently the entire movie was based around Martha.
God, that entire movie is just trash.
But
that's what Aquaman did. What it did the Marvel. It did the Marvel, where serious movie, moments of levity and humor with one-liners.
Yeah.
And it works. When done well. Like, obviously, you still have to have a good director, but it was a good movie.
Okay, so outside of the entire plot of Batman vs. Superman, which of course was Martha, apparently the only saving grace in the entire movie was the inclusion of Wonder Woman.
Okay, the moment with Wonder Woman was pretty badass. Batman and Superman, I don't know what the hell they're doing because I just like tuned out the movie by then.
We're so emo, we hate ourselves. I'm like, God.
Pretty much. And then all of a sudden Wonder Woman comes in with her badass shield. It's like, what's up, motherfuckers? She was awesome in the movie, but she was also in it for what, like 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she was the best part of the movie. Absolutely.
Well, okay, so basically, if they could do a dark and gritty, a Batman Beyond movie, and for the love of God, you have to cast the older Bruce Wayne with Michael Keaton.
What about George Clooney, man?
No, Jesus,
Jeez.
no. He was too campy. He never fit the mantle. Don't do Val Kilmer either.
You can't now.
Christian Bale is still too young, but Michael Keaton would be that perfect one. The reason why you can't say that movie was good when the last 6 minutes was the best part of Batman vs. Superman.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That's it. If I ever see the movie again, I just like fast forwarded to solve all the problems.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, here's a question then. So
Yes,
the
sir.
actual movie, so it's an animated movie. Is that correct?
No. It was an animated TV show,
No,
but
it's
I would do live action.
Now, it's an animated TV show. Is that serious also?
Yes, it is. It is kind of. I mean, have you ever seen the regular Batman cartoon?
I'm not.
So basically, I mean, it's dark. They use a lot of black and red as its color scheme. So yeah, I mean, you got your normal like superhero comic book cartoon show or animated show, if you really want to go that way. Where he's fighting the bad guys and trying to save the day while, of course, hiding who he really is.
Yes.
Terry, by the way, that's what Spartan 137 was alluding to, is Terry is the new Batman. But yeah, though the question is, who the hell would you cast as Terry?
Chris O'Donnell.
What the fuck is wrong with you? He's too wrapped up in NCIS Los Angeles, or where the hell that thing's going.
The Rock.
Too old. It'd have to be. It would literally have to be like the equivalent of. Oh my gosh, I just blinked out. Who's the kid who's playing Spider-Man these days?
Not Tobey Maguire.
Nope.
The other guy.
No, it's not Garfield. It's the other guy.
Ooh, what about Harry Potter?
I don't know.
He doesn't seem like he doesn't really intimidate me. Like he sounds like somebody with some kind of a physique.
I don't know. No. Someone similar to the current Robin in Titans. See, I haven't seen Titans yet. Have you seen Titans? I need to watch Titans. But yes, it would probably be along those lines. I mean, it would have to be like the Future Mutants.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What about, I don't know, I forget his name, but the black guy from Creed.
Too old.
He's in his 20s.
Is he really?
I'm pretty. He looks like he's okay. He might be older, but he still looks like he's in his 20s.
Look,
I mean, 5 years ago he was in Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights was not 5 years ago.
7.
think it was 10.
Was it really?
I think so, dude.
Son of a
We're
bitch!
old, okay?
I'm trying here. No, I think he could pass for being in a
I mean, but the thing is, you've already seen him. We are looking for that 18 to 24-year-old
So it's really probably
with
somebody-
raven hair and a baby face.
So it's probably somebody we really don't actually know about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would have to be an up-and-comer.
Ooh, I know. He's
What?
too old now. But has anybody actually seen Friday Night Lights besides me?
Jesus Christ. Okay, go. The TV show or the movie?
TV show.
Okay.
So there's a running back from Friday Night Lights, and he had very much that look. Like, he had the good chiseled chin. He was young.
Friday Night Lights, the movie, was almost 13 years ago.
But the show, the TV show.
No, sorry. That was the TV show. Started 13 years ago.
Yeah, it was on until about 2010 or 11, I want to say.
Let's find out. 2011, so 8 years ago.
So scroll down to the IMDb, the actors. So I'm talking about Taylor Kitsch as Tim Riggins. He's kind of got that look. I could see him doing it.
Yeah, if it was back then, but now he looks like this.
Okay, a little bit different.
Oh no, not the show!
Wow, that does not look like Tim Riggins. Wow. Okay.
Anyways, no. It would have to be someone definitely. Tom Holland is the new Spider-Man. It would have to be of that type of variety. Anyways, so I would love to see it. To be honest with you,
Kevin Sorbo.
Oh Jesus Christ, is he still alive? Not to be a dick, but is Kevin Sorbo still alive?
Yeah.
We need someone from Dawson's Creek to be the new Batman. Wait,
what is that? What is the current Dawson's Creek on TV? I don't even know. Is there a version of Dawson's Creek on TV? Wait, it's like Pleasantville or Daleville. It's like
Pleasantville has been dead forever. You're thinking of Pleasantdale.
Yeah, Pleasantdale.
Is it Pleasantdale? I don't even know.
There's to be some dude,
Riverdale. Riverdale.
There has to be some dude from that show.
No. Have you? Okay, so just because we went down the TV show rabbit hole, do you know how long? What the fuck is the name of the show now?
90210?
No. It's about, was it witches or something?
Oh,
it's not superstition. It's
Supernatural.
Supernatural.
That's on like the 12th or 13th season. It's been on forever.
No, dude, it's worse than that.
Yeah. And the sad part is, I couldn't make it past the 3rd episode.
I really tried. I've never had a desire, but apparently there's enough of a following that Supernatural has been around forever.
It's one of those shows where the CW is like, you know what? Well, actually, they do this for a lot of their shows, to be honest. If you actually look at the CW show...
Yes, so it is now in its 14th year.
Good Lord. If you actually look at...
Charm.
Ooh, wow. But if you look at the CW shows...
Didn't they try to
rebooting them.
Charm?
The CW shows actually get pretty terrible ratings.
Vampire Diaries?
Vampire Diaries. If you actually look even at their comic book shows, their ratings are not that good. But they're kind of like... CW's just we don't care. They look at their shows as a means to other types of advertising and streaming separate from just what the TV ratings are.
Okay, let's segue off of that.
Oh.
So one of the questions that came in was basically, okay, so you're basically saying that they're using it for other means to basically advertise other stuff. So you have these original programs that are happening on Netflix, on Hulu, on whatever other platforms there are, Amazon Prime, all that stuff, okay? So the question then becomes, since we are going to more and more of this stream-only society or way of doing things, and most of the time when you're going through the streaming channels, basically the commercial breaks for your stream are going to be simply for that specific channel or whatever. So how do you find out about these original stream shows?
Luck of the draw. Honestly, usually via mouth, we're talking right here, hey, dude, whoa, that's a cool show. You talk about all of your, crime shows or whatever they are you watch. Or honestly, on Netflix, you're just flipping through the different genres, and you find something is really what it comes down to.
Yeah, Netflix is oh, that sounds like a cool title. Let me look at the. Oh no, I don't know.
You're right though, because it used to be back in the I remember in college in when I first lived on my own after college, like you'd flip like, Sunday afternoon, you just kind of flip through the channels. Like, oh, Bad Boys 2, I've seen this movie 18 times, let's watch it again. Why the hell not? Whereas now, though, if I see it on Netflix, I've already seen this movie 18 times, I can find something else.
Yeah.
So it also kind of changes my inclination to watch something over and over because there's always another option.
But the thing is, like, the emphasis on creating. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's where I see things. The upside to having an original series through a streaming service is that you have a little bit more wiggle room, simply by the fact of
Yeah.
right. Isn't it selected viewing versus set programming? And to be honest with you, are we even at a set programming anymore? Because we got DVR, so it's basically selected on demand. So you could watch it wherever the fuck you want to.
Well, the big thing is it really comes down to in the end, especially like Netflix, is its licensing rights.
Well, right.
I mean, that's the impetus behind all of this.
Right, no, but the thing is, when you looked at, like shows of old that lived and died on TV Nielsen ratings.
Which reminds me, by God, why is Veronica Mars not streaming anywhere? Pisses me off.
I have no idea. Anyways, but here's the thing. So you could, so because all these shows were basically at risk to being canceled or being moved around simply because of a bad viewing, the leg up that streaming services have is that they basically spit out an entire series or an entire season, and maybe they'll give you, the series in little pieces. However, you can basically get the entire feel or opening act to see if you actually like it, instead of, well, shit, the first 2 episodes are slow, so fuck this, I'm not coming back. But at the same time, those, the commercials you see everywhere about pumping up the excitement of this show, especially if it's shitty. If you'll notice, a shitty movie will have a ton more advertisement than a really awesome movie, because they're like, well, shit, everyone's going to it anyways, we can dial it down. But this movie that's absolute crap that we thought would be really cool, here it is again and again and
well,
again.
I think there's two things. One is the way that TV shows made have changed dramatically over the last 10 years.
Right.
10 years ago, you were still very much into episodic content in terms of how many NYPDs did we have? How many CSIs did we have? Everything was very episodic, where now everything is serialized. I mean, even your crime shows on CBS and all those, they become much more serial. Like, you still have your NCISs where you can just whatever take a show, but even their newer crime shows, they're much more an overarching story type than you used to see, mainly because that's what the viewers like. And the sad thing too is, I think the streaming services like Netflix also realize viewers now have so many more options than we did before. Before, on Tuesday night, you didn't have any options, right? If you didn't like what was on CBS on Tuesday night, well, you have 3 other options. If you don't like that, then tough cookies, right?
Right.
Whereas now, on Tuesday night, if you don't like what's showing on Netflix, well, okay, you'll just walk at the 100 movies on Amazon Prime, or you can watch the 2,000 things on Hulu. So I think that's one of the reasons they kind of throw so many things at the wall, is there's so many freaking options that we didn't have before.
True, but at the same time, going back to the simple fact of how does, in this day and age where, like Netflix, they don't have commercials. So how do you, besides, oh, I'm bored, let me look at this stuff. I understand that they're probably making enough money that they can get away with it. But how do some of these fledgling shows actually,
I think a lot of it, like, my dad has Netflix. And this is not uncommon. Like, here's just an example. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who there's probably content on Netflix that exists that they have no idea is there. Because, and I know you've talked about this before, we have is how terrible the Netflix interface is.
Yeah.
It's trash. And trying to find what you're looking for in Netflix is painful. And like sometimes, like even as I like to think myself somewhat tech savvy, I won't even use Netflix sometimes because I just don't feel like dealing with their interface.
No,
it's just so terrible, and it pisses me off.
Like literally, and I'm basically the same boat as you. Basically, when I go to Netflix, if I'm totally bored, I will try to just navigate straight to a specific subset.
If it randomly appears on your subset.
Spartan 0137, I am literally here trying to play the other side to help with the conversation, but fuck you guys for speaking too much common sense for me to make an argument I really do not agree with. I'm sorry. No, but okay. So
it means you, sir, have common sense.
So basically, the reason why I say this is that I have a streaming service that I've watched a ton of episodes of a certain show today, because ever so often I jump down this fucking rabbit hole because the episodes are like, I don't know, like 12 to like 17 minutes long.
Is it an anime?
Sort of.
Okay. I was just wondering because of the length of the episodes.
It's made by Rooster Teeth.
Ah. Ooh.
And every once in a while, I start from scratch, and the next thing I know, I'm like through like a couple seasons, and I'm like, damn, this is good.
I've only actually watched like season 2. It's kind of sad.
I'm through 3.
Yeah, I need to catch up.
Basically, what I'm talking about is the show Ruby,
which is one of the best animes I've ever seen.
It is phenomenal, and I'm somewhere in the middle of season 3. I think they've got up to season 6, maybe.
Yeah, I need to catch up badly.
So basically, it is phenomenal, but at the same time, at the end of so if you don't have the
6 seasons.
Okay, there you go. If you have a certain streaming service, you don't have to deal with the commercials. However, if you don't, you might have to deal with the commercials. One of these streaming services that has that gives you Ruby is something called VRV, and if you don't have the premium service, you get these commercials for all these other shows on VRV, which, to be completely honest with you, there's some really good shows on like VRV, the streaming platform. Of course, no one knows. I don't know how many people actually know about VRV. VRV is basically Crunchyroll, basically tapping into other things outside of anime. Now, of course, Ruby is sort of anime, but they also have like Red vs. Blue and all. Yep. They basically take all of the Rooster Teeth stuff.
So what about like Netflix, for instance?
Yep.
Not Netflix. Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Because Amazon Prime shows ads for their own shows whenever you start a show.
Yeah. Right, and for like if you're watching the non-premium version of like Ruby, which is really weird because the show is only like 15 minutes long, you have 2 commercial breaks that are basically as long as the episode when it comes together, and you're just like, what? But you get, you find out about some cool shows, and the other, you're just like scratching your head because there's a lot of stuff, at least for VRV, that basically falls under the category of like that midnight Adult Swim type stuff that's just like, Red vs. Blue is fucking hilarious. It is absolutely stupid, but funny, and Ruby, from my understanding, Ruby was like shoestring budget. There's like, this seems cool, and then all of a sudden it just blew up, and I like it. I mean, I watched a good chunk. Spartan 0137 says the first 4 seasons will have you start scratch your head, but season 5 was their experiment at the story that took off. To be honest with you, actually, one thing that after watching the first, like I said, I'm not even through the 3rd season, but for those out there who know what My Hero Academia is, which is another anime, it like the parallels between the two, because you're going to a specialty school to basically be like this super duper hero, okay? And the school that that the main character is going to, unfortunately, unfortunately, the school that they're going to, instead of doing training, they face real world challenges.
Oh, it's training, just
right. No. The Midoriya. But it's true. I mean, that parallel, because like in My Hero Academia, they're trained to be superheroes.
Yep.
And then they're on a training mission. I'm sorry, this really isn't a spoiler. I mean, they're on a training mission outside of school, and next thing you know, real bad guys show up and they have to fight them.
Yeah.
In Ruby, they're at a school trying to become hunters.
Yes.
And
I'll hunt you down.
and it turns out that there's an influx of these bad guys, and so they end up having to, they're not truly licensed, as in My Hero Academia would put it, but basically they haven't graduated to that level. And Ruby to fight against these guys, but they do, and of course, then for My Hero Academia has a fucking tournament between all these different schools. Ruby has a fucking tournament between all these different schools, and just like, huh?
Now let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Does My Hero Academia have nearly kick-ass soundtrack as Ruby?
Oh.
Ruby is the Ruby soundtracks is like, I can jam out to them all freaking day. I love them so much. It is amazing.
Okay, so Midoriya is a flexible character that has very dynamic and resourceful character. That is right. I agree.
I might check out because everything about it's actually my favorite Pandora stations is actually based around Ruby itself.
Dude, I'm headbanging every single time. I'm like the VRV, which is what I subscribe to that service.
Oh.
And so they actually, you know how Netflix, like after you've watched a couple episodes, they basically just jump you into the episode. VRV doesn't do that, which I'm totally okay with when it comes to Ruby because I get the headbang every single time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I will probably be watching some more Ruby after the show.
Nice.
Because once you start, you get stuck in this cycle, and because the episodes aren't too long, you really get sucked into, well, just one more. And he's like, well, the story isn't exactly where I feel comfortable with pausing it, so I'll watch one more. And then it repeat, and repeat. Yes, you won't be disappointed with My Hero Academia.
Good to know.
Actually, for those of you in the Atlanta area, you should definitely check out Hero Chiropractics. That's the chiropractic firm that adjusts me.
And look how well you turned out.
He basically has, he introduced me to My Hero Academia. The gentleman's name is Ryan. He's been my chiropractor for 2 years now, I think. Yeah, 2 years. And he introduced, he rivals my nerddomness. My Hero Academia, neither.
Oh, that's the
but I can.
Yes.
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 Anyways, so awesome though. My Hero Academia, awesome. Ruby, awesome. HBO's Deadwood was recommended to me. Holy crap! Holy moly! What crap! I'm still watching it, but it's crap. See, that's the thing though. I've heard a lot about Deadwood. There are people who are diehard for that, and they're so pissed that there was never an ending. And then there are other people who are just like, I don't know.
I've never watched it, and since I don't have my HBO subscription anymore, until the last season of Game of Thrones comes on.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I have fallen so far behind with Game of Thrones simply because there's too much shit going on, and yeah.
No, I made it a pledge to catch up with Game of Thrones with the final season and is on. I keep it with all the other crazy people who are watching every episode as it comes live, so we can all talk about every earth-shattering and groundbreaking death that happens every episode.
Okay, so yeah, I'll probably once everything comes out, I'll probably like circle back, and of course I probably will have everything spoiled for me, but screw it, because it's
people are actually very respectful about spoilers in Game of Thrones. I found.
What? Okay, real quick, what is your spoiler
statute of limitations?
Yes.
So I would say
when it comes to Game of Thrones.
So Game of Thrones.
Yep.
I'm not going to say the spoiler, but I'd say the first season of Game of Thrones by now it's past the statute of limitations because it was so earth-shattering. Like what happened, right?
Yep.
But I think that's my opinion. The rest of Game of Thrones is still off limits.
I'm probably right with you. I feel like
there's that line.
The second season is iffy in that area.
Yeah.
But I think I've watched up to season halfway through 3, or maybe
like
halfway
especially
through 4.
like some of the stuff that Cersei does and what happens to her.
Yeah.
There's certain what did that really just happen moments where those are still
did that happen moments. for anything.
Yeah, whoa, these are like, oh. Like, so there's still those like, oh moments where like, yeah, if somebody...
1 year, no more spoiler protection.
I feel like Game of Thrones is different, though.
Sam, you know, like, if it comes to a movie, I'm in total agreement. However,
once it's on DVD,
if no, the thing is, like, I'm kind of with like Zealeus with this is if it's a TV show and it's an ever evolving TV show, I don't know. The thing that makes it interesting about Game of Thrones is that there was always an ending. It wasn't like we're going to continue this forever. So I don't know if that kind of like factors in as well.
I think that does too, because you never know. Where like you knew there was going to be the 7 seasons of Game of Thrones,
right?
So I feel like
8
because
how they split 7, whatever.
So I feel like Game of Thrones is its own. I think in most cases you're right, Sam. Like most TV shows, you're right. But Game of Thrones is like its own special entity as far as TV shows go.
I agree with that. I do. No.
Because like certain things Cersei does. No, like those are still you still can't say.
Well, yeah, of course.
Like you're just I don't know what season these things happened.
True. That's
and I think that's part of it too. Is these things in my mind,
right? Because of how entangled these stories are. All these storylines basically going in and out, in and out. It is really hard after watching a couple seasons of trying to determine how many seasons ago was that.
And I think that's why season 1 for me is like kind of over here, because season 1's very kind of standalone-ish.
Yes, I agree.
And then you get to season 2, and then
it starts
even
really
season
rolling.
2 a little bit, but everything after that is just so intertwined.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You know, oh yeah.
All right, Zealeus, I'm going to let you talk about Game of Thrones for just 1 second.
The problem is, there's not really much that I could say about Game of Thrones without giving a spoiler. That's the problem. What? Books. No, like the last book I read, I think I read like 3 or 4 of the books. The problem with the books is the books are basically like reading a history novel. Like, I feel like I'm going back from my AP United States history book and reading it, there just happens to be a dragon or 2 thrown around. And so, yeah, I don't plan on finishing any more of the books. Because the problem is, if I were to read more of the books, then I would have to like go back and reread all of the books. I'm not dedicating like the next year of my life to rereading Game of Thrones. I just can't do that to myself. It's a textbook, man. I'm really not exaggerating. It's a history textbook about Westeros. Just more cool than other history textbooks. Did you know that Jon Snow is still alive? Shocking since his last name is Snow. Might as well name the bad guy Cruella.
Sam, come on. There's a reason for him being Snow.
No, there's actually, yeah.
Because that's what all the bastards in the North are called.
Spoiler alert! Oh my gosh!
Dun, dun, dun. No, seriously. The thing is, I, for one, have read, I think, the first 4 or 5 books.
I think Feast of Crows is the last one I read.
I started reading Dance with Dragons or Dancing with Dragons or something like that. Anyways, the problem is, yes, it is. Those are all long-ass books. However, they take such an emotional toll on you.
Yes.
That if you were to read them back to back to back to back to back, you would. I don't know if you would be able to survive.
Not quite as dense as the Silmarillion. Like the Silmarillion's like its own
monster.
Yeah, it's like
creature.
Its own little beast, like way over here. Yeah, that Silmarillion's special. Now, what I do enjoy is like every once in a while, on Reddit, people will post something about like, Lord of the Rings and like what happened to Frodo and stuff, and people who jump into it who have obviously spent like years reading and rereading and rereading and rereading the Silmarillion, who give you like the entire like concise history of like Mordor and what happened to everybody and like the special terminology of the Mauer and all these people and how the hierarchies. And it's like really interesting. So they basically condensed the Silmarillion and all this stuff to like a page. I'm like, I can read this.
So, but here's the funny thing. This is going to be a weird parallel, maybe, I don't know. You've got these people who've like spent years and years combing over all these books to tell you exactly what is going on. But then you have, and of course you've got all these conspiracy theorists and people who get really behind something or want to argue, an interpretation of this or that. And that's cool. That's what's amazing. And yet, I always have to think about about the fan base and conspiracies of Star Wars and basically how George Lucas shat the pot. And he's literally like, it was not clear. Did Han shoot first? I mean, that was a huge thing. It's like, we're going to do remaster, redo, up, enhance. We're going to make damn sure you know the answer. No, you don't do that.
I agree. That was part of the fun of Star Wars, is
right.
Who shot first. Yeah.
Also, I just watched the movie Solo.
How was it? I never really had an inkling to see it, to be honest. I'm like, like, I would have gone if offered. Like, it's not that I would not have seen it. I just wasn't.
I have to admit, after watching the movie, I also watched the honest trailer about it, and the honest trailer got it right. Han in the Solo movie was the blandest character there, and literally it was a movie about all of his gadgets and friends, really not about him.
That's a problem.
It is weird.
I love.
I eat. Oh my god.
Honest trailers and CinemaSins.
So, real quick, Honest Trailer, the voice of Honest Trailer, real cool, kind of like parallel here is, there is a game out there on PC, the first chapter's out there, it's called Snarf Quest. And the gentleman who does the Honest Trailer, he's actually one of them, actually he's done quite a few of the voices for Snarf Quest. So,
Dr. What is
so like
it?
the most, what?
What is James Simpson the doctor of?
Dr. Unity.
Thank you.
So like the most recent Indiana Jones, huh? Yes. God. Yes.
That's trying to milk it.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to milk it. Yeah, no, it's CinemaSins and Honest Trailers. Like those are my I don't really watch a whole lot of stuff on YouTube, but those are two channels I will find stuff and watch.
I will definitely check every once in a while on Honest Trailers just to see if there's any other movies that I've seen that they just threw one up there. I'm like, yes.
My problem is I know they exist, but I'll go 6 months without watching, and then all of a sudden I'll see and of course it's always 10:30 at night as I'm about to go to bed, right? I'm like, I'll just watch one, 7.5 minutes.
Yeah.
The next one, I'm like, oh shit, this movie! Before you know, it's midnight because you spend the entire night watching them.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the danger of YouTube. Doesn't matter what it is, but it's gonna happen. Okay, so I'll save the rest of those for the show. Let me do a couple of some
housekeeping,
self-promotion stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen,
promote thyself.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, Alter Confusion has many different social media outlets.
How many, sir?
Pieces. Many.
Have we ever counted?
I don't know, 6, 7, I don't know. Anyway, let's not put a number to it, okay? Let's just not do it. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested in following Alter Confusion through any of the social media means, we have several of them that you can follow. We recommend that you follow all of them or favorite them just follow all of them. Subscribe to them.
Whatever their variation of
exactly.
follow is.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to follow us or subscribe to us, whatever. That won't make it too complicated. Just follow us on Facebook by doing
Facebook.com/AltConfusion.
If you're interested in following us on YouTube,
YouTube.com/AltConfusion LLC.
Now, of course, YouTube is going to be the place where we post all of our Thursday night hangouts, along with some other videos, probably highlights of how bad Charlie is at video gaming, or maybe how he had that small, little triumphant moment. Also, if you are looking to go super duper old school and just Googling Alter Confusion is just way too easy for you. You can, of course, go to our website by going to www.alteredconfusion.com.
What? Type in a web address.
I know. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we do also have an Instagram. So if you're interested in going for the Instagram, it's Alter Confusion, all one word. Now, the one version or spice of social media that we are very proud of course, has to be the Twitter. And the Twitter, to do the Twitter with Alter Confusion, that sounds dirty, but all right, let's do it. In order to follow the Alter Confusion Twitter, all you got to do is
@AlterConfusio. But where's the end, sir?
The end would break the internet.
We can't have that now, can we?
Can we?
Or could we?
I don't know.
It depends on who's
Let
in
us
charge of the
discuss.
FCC.
So, ladies and gentlemen, some of the other social media stuff that we have, we also do have a Discord channel. If you're watching this live, which of course we stream this live every single Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or I guess Eastern Time, over on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/AlterConfusion. We also do live gaming streaming on Tuesdays and Sundays, weather permitting. No, I'm just kidding.
You got your new outdoor lab.
Exactly. If it's raining, we're probably streaming. But we also have this thing called Patreon. Patreon is basically an opportunity for you, the audience, the fans, the fellow followers of the interwebs, to give back to Alter Confusion. It's basically a monthly donation to Alter Confusion to help pay for such things as our Chattacon trip, or upkeep in equipment, or the new microphone we have for handling more than 2 hosts at a time.
Yay!
So basically go to patreon.com/alterconfusion. It's, like I said, a monthly donation. You can start as little as $1. You can go all the way up. If you donate more than, basically, if you donate any money, talk to us. We'll try to figure out something awesome for you to give you a special thanks. And of course, if you do pledge, what is that, $1 billion according to Zealeus? We will, I don't know what we'll do, but we'll do something. We'll build a wall around your house. Oh, we'll build a wall around my house.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. I don't know. Okay,
It's
sure.
quite the discount.
All right. Anyways, weird. But if you're looking to do like a financial donation to Alter Confusion, but you don't want to do a monthly donation, of course you could do the Donate Now button, which is on the Twitch channel, as well as our website, www.alterconfusion.com. That, of course, goes to our PayPal account, and once again, all the money that is raised through PayPal or Patreon goes strictly to Alter Confusion to help with
Paying for the good stuff. Like Chattacon and webcams and cameras.
Exactly.
Like I said, cameras twice.
Now, of course, if you're looking to maybe, donate something that's not of a monetary, well, actually, basically, if you want to give
Stuff.
us
Or you can don't send cash in the mail.
Don't send cash in the mail. I mean, yeah, no, don't send cash in the mail. But if you're looking to send something to Alter Confusion, be it Funko Pop or some other equipment, or a T-shirt,
Gold bullions,
or maybe like a cool mug or a cup or a hat or something.
gloves.
Sure, fingerless gloves for Zealeus. He loves that shit. And all you gotta do is just send your package to 1551 Dunwoody Village Parkway, number 88276, Dunwoody, Georgia 30338.
So I believe we got the mic, right?
We do have the mic. We do have the mic, and we're going to test drive it, and well, we might be test driving it at the convention.
Because we have the 2 mics for this that go to the mixer,
Yep.
but then you got the mic for more than 2 people.
Yes.
So we can,
Of course, after saying, this is our P.O. Box 1551 Dunwoody Village Parkway, number 88276. This, of course, I would recommend not using the United States Postal Service, because apparently they don't know how to deliver to themselves.
or if it does, you may want to let Alter Confusion know to expect something.
Yes.
Don't say what it is, but that something is coming, so if it doesn't arrive, we can be like, hey, we appreciate it, but your $1 billion gold bullion did not arrive.
Also, it would be awesome if y'all give us a heads up if y'all are delivering stuff, because we don't check our P.O. Box every single week. And also, I would like to thank whomever continues to send us Funko Pops. Or me Funko Pops. First of all, I'm out of fucking shelves. Zealeus, do you want to donate to the Build Charlie an Extra Shelf Fund?
I want to donate to the, actually take all the Funko Pops out of the boxes and condense the space that you're using, so then you can actually reduce shelf space.
No.
Because they look so much cooler outside the box.
Yeah, but do you know how much value they lose by...
Life is not all about money, man. There's more to
This
life.
is my son's education here.
That you're doing, that's a terrible return on investment.
I don't know. Some of these Funko Pops are already almost close to $100 for one.
I'd rather invest in alcohol futures.
You're going to drink that away.
Damn it. Good point. Exactly.
4K just can't handle the awesomeness of Alter Confusion.
What
Let's be
about
honest.
18K?
What the hell? At least you didn't go with 5K. I'd be like, dude, we ran those back in high school. I don't want to run that anymore.
Oh, God.
Actually, if I were to train, I might be able to get back to that. But I ain't going to be running like I did way back in the day.
Nope, I'm just going to do the doofy trap. Which means not a whole lot.
Once upon a time, I could easily get... Who is Spartan? Is that... No, it's not Jesse. Spartan is one of our amazing fans that we met through Kanuga.
Yeah.
Actually, the funny thing is, that's the amazing thing about Kanuga Start Crypto Investment. We did, and then we lost all our money.
Yeah, I tried it. I'm pretty sure I invested at the exact zenith of the actual value of cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So it sits in my Bitcoin wallet, continually losing money. It's great.
Yep. So it's actually kind of amazing and interesting. Some of the conventions that we've critiqued the most, or I've critiqued the most, have actually been the conventions that we've made like the best connections and friends at. Case in point, the convention that some people say I helped kill, MonsterCon. That's how we met Whacked Kid. That's how we really met Dave Harlequin and his team.
Yeah.
Then you look at Kanuga. That's how we met Vitamin Geek, Spartan, and a couple other guys come to Orlando. You can autograph his cat. Sam, tell us what convention is in Orlando, and we can see if we can budget it. Because I mean, that's
Let's
half
just
the
go
problem.
to Disney.
Fuck no. Are you shitting me? No. I lived in Winter Springs, which is literally right above Orlando. It's a gift. Charlie has a way with dealing with mouth breathers.
Fight fire with fire.
Yeah. Now here's the thing, and I know I keep harping on this I'm at I take offense to this as well, but constructive criticism is given to, hopefully, for the betterment of whatever your product is. Yes, I understand. Sometimes your feelings do get hurt. That I have basically burst the bubble of your thing being super duper ultimately awesome. But that being said, nothing is super duper ultimately awesome. Nothing is perfect. It can always be improved. And yes, for certain conventions, I do harp on the same thing every single year. Because the same thing every single year is the weak point. Anywho, yeah. Where was I going? I don't even know. So, moral of the story is...
Ignore Charlie?
No, don't ignore me.
How?
Take my advice.
Tune you out?
Take my advice. Do not take offense to said advice. I'm trying to help you.
Or take it as a lesson in insanity.
If I'm talking to you...
I think Spartan is onto something here.
If I'm talking to you and the entire time I'm showing you the double bird, then don't follow what I'm saying. If I'm looking you dead into the camera and I'm trying to say, this is what I found was an issue, that, if you could fix that, right.
What if I
not personally, but professionally.
Picture you in my head flicking me off with both birds? That's just how I imagine you.
You've known me long enough that that's what you're going to see me as.
That's like a natural pose.
Exactly. But you've known me, right, growth does not occur without adversity.
That's why I don't grow. I run away from adversity.
But here's the thing, though. If you want to talk about conventions that has had a shit ton of constructive criticism coming from me, and right off the bat, the convention creator hating my guts, and now he's one of our best friends, and that's Ando. Ando did not want to talk to me for the first 2 years of AndoCon. He's like, why do you keep coming? I'm like, because I like your convention. But you could do this better. And that's what he did. Unfortunately, AndoCon, it's such a small convention, and they were literally never truly breaking even. And I understand. I wish that we could give them, everyone could, give them a little extra money so that we keep having AndoCon. But it is a stressor.
It costs money.
It does cost.
And stress and money and time and time and time and time.
coordination, scheduling,
sanity,
whatever. But I mean, literally, the conventions that I've been most critical on are the ones we have like made the most friends out of. It's weird. That's not weird, because I think that we show enough that we care, that people like they see where we're coming from.
No, I don't care.
And so we basically build off that conversation. I think. I don't know. I mean, could be totally wrong.
What
but
do we
that's what I'm
know?
going with. Exactly. Let's see what happens after Chattacon.
Oh dear. We'll just be banned from Tennessee.
Oh God.
No more Tennessee for you. Stick to south of the I-24.
Sure. Whatever. Done 24? No. Which one's the one that like goes into? It's like Georgia, Tennessee, and then dips into Alabama, comes back out. Is that 24?
24 goes east, because that's when you take that way.
24 goes both ways.
Oh, I don't know if it goes. I don't know where in Alabama it goes.
Anyways, whatever. So, in summation, if you have the capability of going to Chattanooga, which is hosting Chattacon this weekend, the 25th through the 27th, I highly recommend that you stop by, say, sup.
I forget, how far of a drive is that from Atlanta? 2 hours, 3 hours?
2.5, I think.
It's a beautiful drive.
That's a gorgeous drive.
Yeah.
As long as the construction isn't absolutely insane.
That never happens.
Yeah. I mean, literally, it's like a coin toss.
You could take the 75 expressway now.
Right.
Super exciting.
2 of the 4 lanes, or maybe 1 of the 2 lanes, or maybe 1 of the shoulder lanes.
The shoulder lane's always an option. You never know.
Right. But anyways,
so what are you looking most forward to about Chattacon?
just being back in a convention.
There
To
you
be honest
go.
with you, I want to be among my people.
Your people.
Talk about the nerdy stuff that I like.
Nerdy stuff?
Yeah. Video games, science fiction, board games, comic book movies, comic books, whatever.
All the good stuff.
All the nerdy stuff.
There you go.
I mean, that's literally, I look forward to being able to just like talk shop, where everyone, maybe, my fandom or my nerdiness might not line up perfectly with everyone else's, but we have this kind of like common ground.
There's like a Venn diagram of overlapness.
Yes, yes. If you want to see what the entirety of like nerdiness, nerddom, like encompass, go to Dragon Con, because I swear to God,
If it exists, it's there.
even
For
if you don't
better
want it
or
to be,
for worse, it's
even
there.
if you don't want it to be, it's there.
It's somewhere.
It's in a dark alley.
And then you get to other conventions, it kind of like narrows down. But yeah, Dragon Con's.
Yeah, I always think about the first time I went to Dragon Con. I'm going, I had so much fun at these like smaller conventions. It's gonna be awesome. It's just gonna be a bigger version of this. And then I'm like, it turns out my fandom is about like this, and Dragon Con is about like this, and I fit like over in this quadrant, and there's a lot of people over here. I'm just like, oh shit, I don't know what that is, and I'm afraid to ask.
I got my tickets for next year ready to go.
Righto.
I just need to figure out LEDs.
You ask one of your students, dude. Side note, I drove Interstate 10 west of Tallahassee recently. Wow! 20 miles of trees laying sideways from that hurricane that had last year.
Wow.
Most destructive I've ever seen.
That's nuts.
Dude, when I lived in Orlando, side story, but whatever. When I lived in Orlando, literally there was 3 hurricanes that hit around the Orlando area within 2-3 months.
Oof.
Yeah, Charlie, and then there were 2 more that came after it. I literally moved in 2 weeks after Charlie, evacuated the next hurricane, and then just chilled in my apartment on the 3rd one, and just shook my head as the parents let their kids play in the apartment parking lot during breaks when the sky was literally green.
Did they live?
Yes.
They're fine.
But oh my God,
Belt's character.
I'm like, what are you doing? It's not over. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've basically come to the end of the show. I do want to tell you that if you have the capacity to tune in Saturday at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, I am going to be doing a special Chattacon Ultra Confusion Hangout. I'm not going to say Thursday night hangout because it won't be a Thursday night. It'll be a Saturday afternoon or early evening, whatever the fuck you want. It's just an Ultra Confusion Hangout. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to try to get the Destruction of the Game Industry as we know it, which is tomorrow at 5. I'm going to see if I can stream that. Not promising anything, but I'm hoping. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure giving you everything coming out of our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back next Thursday for another Thursday night hangout. And of course, I will be at Chattacon in Chattanooga, along with our friendly co-host, Jesse. But until then,
remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
amen to that, brother.